Welcome to Finding Holiness, where we delve into timeless Torah wisdom, revealing the sacred in everyday moments. Join us on a journey to elevate your spirituality and discover holiness in every aspect of life. I'm your host, Rabbi David Kadosh, and together, let's embark on a path of spiritual exploration. I hope you enjoy this next episode. All right, good evening, everyone. We're moving on to the next subject in line with regards to koshering utensils. Eventually, I want to get to koshering your dishes and other types of kitchen bakeware and cookware and cutlery. But before we get to there, it would be proper if we look at the general rules that are involved in koshering. Every halacha, when it comes to being machshir something, there's rules involved. So if you know the rules, you can apply the rules to specific items. So that's what we're going to spend the next, few times looking over. So klalei hachsharat kelim, the rules of koshering kelim. Kasher shavu anshe hatzava me'amilchama b'Midyan. When the men of the Jewish army came back from Midian, v'shalal rav beyadam, and they had a lot of items that they took with them after conquering Midian. Ubiklal ze gam kelei ochel mimatechot, and as included in this is metal utensils that you used to eat. Hora lahem Elazar haKohen leachshir et kelei haochel mimachalei hatrefa shehamidyanim achlu bahem. Elazar haKohen, who was Aharon had already passed away, so he had instructed the Jewish people to be machshir, to kosher all the kelim that were going to be used to eat from the terefa that was embedded in the kelim. Shneimar, the pasuk says, Zot chukat haTorah shetzivah Hashem el Moshe, ach et hazahav et hakasef et hanechoshet et habarzel et habediv et haofaret, kol asher yavo ba'esh ta'aviru ba'esh v'taher. Everything that has touched fire, you should pass through fire to make it tahor. Okay? Ach b'menida itchata, and then we spoke about the water. V'kol asher lo yavo ba'esh ta'aviru b'mayim. Anything that didn't touch fire, you pass through water in order to kosher it. Lamdu mikan chachamim. The rabbis learned from here. Shehachsharat hakelim hi kederech beli'atam. The way you kosher a utensil is the way that the utensil became not kosher. Okay? The way it absorbed. Kebol'o kach polto. That's how we call it. The way it absorbed and swallowed the tumah or the terefa. That's the way it's polet. That's the way how we get rid of it. How it lets it all out. Kelim sheishtamshu b'hem be'esh. Any keli that was mishtamesh with fire. Kedugmat chipudim v'tavniot afiyah. For example, metal skewers, or bakeware, or bakeware that touched the fire. Hachsharatam belibunesh. In order to kosher them, you need a flame. Kelim sheishtamshu bahem bebishul. But vessels that were used for cooking, which means there was water involved. Bishul means there was some sort of liquid in there that's cooking. Hachsharatam be'agala b'mayim rotchim. To kosher them, you would need hagala, which is boiling water. Vekelim sheishtamshu bahem betzonen. And kelim that were only used for cold, hachsharatam ba'adacha b'mayim. Koshering them, it just requires rinsing them with water. Harei sheshlosha sugei hachshara yeshnam libun, hagala ve'adacha. So the three types of kosher. There's libun, that's using the flame, a blowtorch, or a fire, a high source of heat. Then you have hagala, which is the dipping in the boiling water, and hadacha, the rinsing. Nevayer yoter, he says, I'll explain further. A vessel that was used with food that wasn't hot. Since the remnants of the food got stuck to the kli very lightly, you simply got to just use cold water and get rid of whatever was stuck to the walls. That is called hadacha, rinsing. If the usage of the vessel was done through cooking, the taste of the cooked dish are not only stuck to the walls, but they're absorbed in the walls of the kli. And only through boiling water are you able to take out the ta'am. Vezoi hagala, this is what we call hagala. Ve'im hashimush haya ba'ur, and if the usage was done with fire, haynu ba'esh, kigon shipodim or tavniyot, kevan she'em sham nozalim, since there's no liquids involved, shemarkivim et hidavkut ha'machalim b'tfanot, ha'ta'amim nivlaim b'kli bekoach hazak. Therefore, it's really absorbed heavily inside the kli. ולכן אין בכוחם של מים רותחים לפולטם מתפנות הכלי. The boiling water is not enough to pull out the absorbed taste. אלא צריך להשאירם כדרך שבלעו באור כלומר בליבון. You need fire. כפי הנראה, it seems, כשדיברו חכמים על הטעמים שבלועים בכלי, התכוונו גם לטעמים שנדבקו בחוזקה לדפנותיו על ידי הבישול שנחשבו כבלועים בו. Not only when the Chachamim spoke about the ta'am, was it referring to what was balua on the kli, but it was also what was stuck on the kli, but also what was balua on the walls, that was absorbed in the walls of the kli. Sheken ba'avar, in the olden days, כשלא היו צינורות שהזרימו מים לכל בית, when there were no pipes that spread water to all the other parts of the home, ועוד לא נמצאה דרך לייצור המוני של סבון שמסיר באופן יעיל את השומנים והלכלוך מהכלים. There was really not much way, they didn't have this types of strong soaps that were able to get rid of the grease and the lichluch and the dirt. ופני הכלים היו מחוספסים. The actual pot was really stained and what can I say, filled with a lot of like soot of the grease. בלא הגלה במים רותחים שמוססו את השומנים שנדבקו לכלים, בדרך כלל נותרו דיווקים לדפנות הכלים שערים מאכלים שהתבשלו בהם. And without any הגלה, dipping in boiling water, the regular water wasn't enough to take this out. נמצא אם כן שהוראת המצווה להכשיר כלי מתכת כדרך בליעתם, מכוונת גם לטעמים שנדבקו בדפנותיהם. So therefore, the commandment to מכשיר כלים specifically is to really pull out what was absorbed in the walls. ואף שגם לאחר ההגלה ייתכן שעוד נותרו על הדפנות הכלי מעט שיריים מהמאכל הקודם, even though it could be you dip your item in the boiling water and you pull it out, you might still have a little bit of things that are balua. הואיל והכלי הוגעל כמצוות התורה, since the keli was dipped according to how the Torah commanded us to dip it, והעגלה זו הסירה את עיקר הטעמים שדבקו בכלי עד שלא ניתן היה להרגיש בטעמם, and it removed enough of the טעם so that you don't feel it, you don't taste it, הרי הם כמי שבטלו ואין בהם יותר איסור. Therefore there is no isur when it comes to this. So it's an important introduction here that we're going through, and there's a lot more general rules that we're going to touch upon in the next coming classes, but to understand that it really is such a thing. You don't see with the eye doesn't mean it's not there. There is balua, there's ta'amim that are absorbed there, and as we're going to see later on, it used to be that the goy would have to taste. He was able to discern whether or not there was terefa taste. We don't hold by that anymore, but mamash, it's balua into the walls, and you're cooking something in the walls, you have to be able to pull it out. And depending on how much was cooked there and how strong the heat was, okay, when it was cooked or roasted or whatever, will determine the way that you have to be machshir the kelim. Bezat Hashem will continue next week.